All right, let's get right into it. If you're planning a wedding or have ever planned one, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The lists feel endless, the spreadsheets are terrifying, and the number of decisions you have to make, it's just a total whirlwind. But what if I told you that one of your very first choices could be the thing that makes everything else just calmly fall into place?
You're nodding, right? It's such a universal feeling. You're trying to figure out how guests are going to get there, who the best vendors are, and how to make every single detail perfect, all while that budget number is staring you down. It really does feel like you're juggling 10 different jobs at once. It's so easy to get completely overwhelmed.
And that brings us to the big idea here. We're going to talk about how one single fundamental decision, the where, can basically act like a key that unlocks a smoother, way less stressful, and honestly, a much more meaningful planning process for you.
So, what is this big secret? Well, it's probably hiding in plain sight. It's the local wedding venue. We're about to break down exactly why choosing a venue that's right there in your own community might just be the absolute smartest move you make for your big day. So, when I say local venue, what are we even talking about? Well, think about those awesome spots right in your own neighborhood. You know, it could be a cool contemporary event hall with a really modern vibe, or maybe it's a more traditional space with that classic charm. The key thing is that it's convenient, it's easy to get to, and it's already plugged into a whole local ecosystem.
Let's start with the practical stuff, because honestly, this is where most of the stress comes from, right? We're talking logistics, transportation, finding people you can actually trust to help you out. And this is where a local venue really starts to shine.
Just look at the difference here. On one side, you have the headaches of a distant venue, worrying about how everyone's going to get there, finding parking. But on the other side, a local venue turns all those problems into simple fixes. Shuttles and ride shares are a breeze. Parking is usually way less of a nightmare. And if something goes wrong on the day, a solution is literally right around the corner. And this right here is one of the biggest game changers. Your local venue isn't just four walls and a roof, it's a hub. The people who run it already know the best local florists, the best photographers, the best caterers. These are pros who already know the space, they know the layout, they know the rules. You're not starting from zero, you're tapping into a network that's already been built for you. So look how simple this becomes. You pick your spot, and boom, you get instant access to their trusted circle of pros. This makes all the coordination so much smoother, and hey, it can even lead to discounts because these vendors work with the venue all the time. And it all leads to that final beautiful step, a much more relaxed and stress-free wedding day. Okay, so we've got the practical stuff sorted. Now let's talk about something a little more personal. Because this isn't just about making things easier, it's about making the day feel like it is 100% yours. You know what's great about a lot of smaller local spots? They aren't part of some giant corporate chain with a million rigid rules. That means you have way more freedom to bring in your own unique decor, to play with the layout, to really make the space reflect who you are as a couple. It's your chance to escape that cookie-cutter wedding feel.
This quote just nails it, doesn't it? When your wedding is in a place that feels familiar, surrounded by your community, it just changes the whole vibe. It feels more intimate, more grounded. Your guests aren't just traveling to some random spot. They're part of a shared celebration in a place that actually has some meaning. And think about the ripple effect. Every single dollar you spend with that local caterer or that neighborhood florist goes right back into your community. You're not just throwing a party, you're literally helping to support the small businesses that make your neighborhood cool. And you know what? In return, you often get a much more personal, dedicated service from people who genuinely care. So we've covered logistics, we've covered personalization. Now let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture, because there are some major benefits here that affect your wallet and even the planet. Okay, let's talk money, because this chart tells a really clear story. Sure, that fancy destination venue might have a super high starting price. Local venues? Much more competitive. But the real story is that third bar. That's all the extra savings you get when you cut way down on travel costs for everybody, and maybe even get better deals from those local vendors. It adds up fast. And here's the best part. What do you do with that extra room in your budget? That flexibility means you can pour that money into the things that will make your day truly unforgettable. Maybe that's splurging on an amazing live band, or a gourmet menu, or hiring that dream photographer you've been following for years. You get to invest in the experience. And you know, for so many couples today, this is a really big deal.
Choosing a local venue is just naturally a greener choice. By slashing the amount of travel needed for all your guests and all your vendors, you're seriously lowering the whole event's carbon footprint. It's such a simple way to make your celebration a little kinder to the environment. So, when you put it all together, this is the real takeaway. Going local isn't some kind of compromise. It's a smart, strategic choice that ties together convenience, personality, community support, and a healthier budget. It's really about creating a day that's less about stressing over logistics and more about actually celebrating your connection with the people you love.
So, as you keep planning, just ask yourself this one question. Before you start looking at faraway places, just take a good look around your own neighborhood. You might be surprised. Your absolute perfect spot might just be right down the street.